Hello again, Will Hale here. It's the 9th edition of the podcast this evening, and we'll be looking forward to Prizefighter The Welterweights. We've got 3 of the fighters on tonight's show for you, and we really hope you enjoy it. Kicking us off will be Steve Conway, a man who's won a lightly regarded version of the world title, the IVO. Then we'll be moving on to Ted Bammy. Now, you'll have to bear with us on this one because Ted's opponent was originally George Hilliard. Of course, he didn't make the weight. He was 4 pounds over the 10 stone 9 limit. So Andrew Ferrans has come in. Of course, when this interview was taken, Hilliard was still the opponent, but there's still some great stuff in there, and it's always good to speak to Ted, the former European champion. And then rounding off the show, we've got Ross the Boss Minter. Of course, came up a bit short against Michael Jennings, but now is looking forward to the knockout competition that is the Prizefighter. On with the action then. Let's have a word with Steve Conway, a fighter who's been in with some great names and the most experienced man in the competition. Thanks for talking to us, mate. How's training gone?
It's gone absolutely fine. I had a bit of a cold about 2 weeks ago, but thankfully that's gone now, so I'm raring to go.
Oh, fantastic. How have you prepared then? Just like a normal fight, or have you changed for the 3-rounders?
Well, I've changed a bit, adjusted a bit, with the 3 rounds and having a break. And obviously fighting a lot more in spurts, because obviously you can throw a lot more punches. We're only going 3 rounds, and then obviously having a bit of a rest and then coming back and doing another 3. But training's gone fantastic. I've just been weighed now the night before, and I've just weighed 10 stone 10.
Okay, so they give you 2 pounds over the welterweight limit.
Yeah.
How has it been making the weight? Because you fought close to middleweight the last time you fought in the UK.
Well, my last fight, I actually fought in Spain about 4 months ago, and I was at 11 stone 6. But when I got in the ring, I looked like a lump of lard.
Do you feel better with the weight off?
I feel a lot better, a lot fresher, a lot fitter. I feel younger in myself. I'm sleeping better. I don't know if you've ever seen the fight when I won the world title at light middleweight. You could see the puppy fat on me. I've always been a light welter. I just took the fight at light middle because it was there, and I needed the money at the time. It was a non-title fight against Mihaly Kotai over 10 rounds, and I boxed his ears off, and I beat him that convincingly. They said he had to defend his title against me, and I beat him even easier the second time.
Your last 3 or your last 4 have been abroad, Steve. Have you had trouble getting fights over here?
Yeah, I think I have actually, but I haven't been that motivated for anything. I was a bit depressed, since losing my title. Went off the rails a bit. Didn't spend much time in the gym. Just came and hit the bags, and fights came up, and I just took them. Like my last fight, 11 stone 6 in Spain. The guy was built like bloody Hercules. He was massive. But I did 8 rounds of him. Lost by 2 points. Fight before that, I fought on the David A bill when he won the WBC title in Paris. I boxed a guy called Christophe Canclaux, and I dropped him with the first left-hander through, and I was 11 stone 3 for that. I've always been a welterweight, so I haven't been a problem. I've had the correct notice to make the weight, you see, so it's been fine.
And you've got Mark Lloyd in the first quarterfinals. That's it. What do you know about this guy?
The first time I met him and seen him was when I went down to do a video clip at the Sky Studios a couple of weeks ago. Spoke to him. He seemed really nice. One of the nicest lads there, actually. Got on well with him. It's just a shame we've been drawn against each other, but I'm supposed if we're both wanting to win it, we're going to have to fight each other at some stage.
You've got a bit more experience as well.
Yeah, I've got a lot more experience than all of them. I turned pro as a featherweight. I retired. Well, I didn't retire Steve Robinson, but I beat Steve Robinson, and he announced his retirement in the ring. I fought Junior Witter, who went on to win the British Commonwealth, European, and WBC title. Alex Arthur, Yuri Romanov. I think I lost by 2 points to over 8 rounds.
That was a good performance.
Yeah, I boxed really well against him. Then I fought in Spain in front of a hostile crowd in Spain against a former European champion, Pedro Miranda. Some of the names on my record, who I've boxed and who I've beat, like Steve Robinson, Mihaly Kotai. world amateur champion, IBO light middleweight world champion. I was meant to go there to make the numbers up. I give him a boxing lesson, not once but twice.
So, Steve, everyone who's seen you can obviously fight a bit. Why did you lose motivation? You've just been in the game a bit, you've been in the game for quite a while. Was it just too much boxing?
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I just got a bit fed up with it. I've had a lot of problems outside the ring as well, with family and stuff. And I just lost out a bit. But I needed something like this to get me back up. Like I say, I've had plenty of notice, and that's why the weight's down. When I was fighting at middleweight, they would offer me fights, and I sat in the pub having pie and chips and a pint of Stella. I'd be like, yeah, come on, pick me up. Do you know what I mean? Get me to fight anybody.
Oh, it's good. So you're down at welter. If you get through your first round fight or the quarterfinal, in the semis, it gets a bit interesting, doesn't it? Because you've got either dangerous Ted Bammy
or George Iliad. Yeah, people have been saying to me, if you get through, you're going to fight Bammy. And I'm saying, don't try and run before you can walk. Don't write George Iliad off. George Iliad's a good boxer. And it's only over 3 rounds. Do you know what I mean? It's anyone's competition, this. They're all good fighters. Ted Bammy can punch. Everyone knows that. But it's over 3 rounds, and if he goes looking for it and starts missing, and he loses the first round, he's got to win the next 2 to win it. You can't rely on them.
Yeah. I spoke to Ted last night, and he seemed to fancy his chances. All
right, yeah, well, good luck to him. But I wouldn't if I was him, I wouldn't look at anyone apart from George Iliad. Like, I'm not looking towards anyone apart from Mark Lloyd. I'm taking the first fight and each fight as it comes, and that's it. That's all you can do. If you do anything else, then you're a stupid person in my eyes. I've been pro for 12 years now, going on 13 years, and I know everyone's not beatable. Not everyone's unbeatable, do you know what I mean? Everyone's beatable. And this competition over 3 rounds, over 3 threes, is anyone's game. Who turns up and performs on the night.
And what are you looking to do after the prize fighter then? You're going to stick at welter and see what you can do there? Yeah, definitely, because I'm back in the gym now. I've got that bit of fire in my belly now, and I want to fight. I'm just hoping people will fight me, no matter what happens in the prize fighter. I'm going to give it another year. Now I've got my head on. And things are going well at home and stuff, and just dedicate. I feel younger as well. I was 31 a couple of weeks ago. I couldn't celebrate my birthday. Because you're in training?
Yeah, I feel like I'm 25. I'm feeling brilliant. I just can't wait for Friday.
So who do you fancy then after this knockout tournament? You've got Matthew Hatton. Who else have you got at welter?
Yeah, Craig Watson, Commonwealth champion. Kell Brook, British champion, but there's a lot of other good. The welterweights is a good division. There's Doherty, is it Doherty or Doherty or something?
Yeah.
He's a good kid.
So who do you fancy then? Who?
Another
year.
I'd like Kell Brook for the British or the Commonwealth. I just want a title shot, a British or Commonwealth. The weight that I'm meant to, because I wasn't meant to fight Alex Arthur at super featherweight. I lost a whole heap of weight for that, And I was fighting out my depths up at light middle, even though I did very well. I'm comfortable at welter, and I just like a few weeks' notice to fight for a title at welter and see if I can do it. And Craig Watson or Kell Brook, there's some very good kids out there, but no one's seen the true Steve Conway yet, and that's at welterweight.
How have the bookies got you, Steve, for Friday?
I think it's 5-1 or something.
You fancy it?
People keep telling me different things, and to be honest, I don't really care.
Yeah.